What is up, everyone? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Nick, and today I have a very special build for you. I'm recreating the house from the TV show Good Luck Charlie. The Duncan family lives in it, and if you watched Disney Channel growing up, like I did, this house is so familiar, so iconic. Here you can see a little picture of it in the corner. That's what I am recreating, and I had a blast with this one. I haven't watched the show in so long. I think it was running even after I kind of aged out of watching Disney Channel. It was kind of just at the tail end of the Disney shows that I was watching when I was young. But I have so many memories of how cool this house was. So if you've seen the show, this is perfect for you, and I hope it reminds you of all of the amazing times you had watching the show. If you haven't seen it, then this house is still amazing. It has such a cool floor plan. I think it would be perfect for a legacy challenge or a family that you've just played with for a really long time, have a few kids, saved up some money, because it's a pretty big house. There are 4 bedrooms and 3.5 bathrooms. And I tried to make it, one of the things that I was focused on, because I was recreating the house from the TV show, was I wanted there to be room for everybody in the family in this house. So the parents have a room, Teddy, Bridget Mendler would have a room, I think PJ and Gabe were 2 brothers, they have a room, and Charlie, from the title, Good Luck Charlie, there's a nursery in there. So everybody in the family is able to fit comfortably in this house, and there's so many things for them to do. There's a tree house that I'm going to be adding in the backyard, a huge pool. I had a blast with this. I really did. I thought it was so fun getting to make a house that felt really lived in, and I considered so much when creating the floor plan. I wanted to add little nods to the original house. If you remember, there was a bright green staircase, and there was also this like window in the living room, like a cutout in the wall that kind of opened to the kitchen. The way the floor plan of the house worked out doesn't lead to the kitchen. However, there is still that cool little window nook, and it goes to a great office playroom kind of space, because you've got a lot of kids. I imagine they need desks to do their homework, all that. Here you can see the outside of the house is really coming together. I usually would not include so many windows just back to back to back around the entire front lower level of the house. Front, side, and back pretty much. It's just windows, which makes floor plans kind of interesting because I couldn't put the walls where I would want to normally, because the windows don't start at the edge of the tile. They kind of have a little bit of a border, so it doesn't fully take up the whole wall. So I had to get creative inside, and I think it made for a really, really nice floor plan. And I hope you think so too. I think this would be an incredible house to play in. I don't do gameplay, I know I say that a bunch, but if I were to, this is a house I would move my Sims into right away. Right now I'm landscaping. I wanted to use some of the similar features from the reference picture, so that stone kind of just in the grass. There's the driveway off to the right. This front porch is amazing. I am jealous of that front porch. There's also so many different ways for you to get into the house. The red door, I think, is the front door. If you don't want to use it as a front door and you want to use one of the many other doors connected to that porch, by all means, go ahead. I love this house. I really, really can't say it enough. I had so much fun building it. The shape of it is very unique, and it's so good. It's so good. I hope you agree. I really do. We're already working on the backyard now, and that's where I'm going to be putting in the giant pool. I think it was either Growing Together, I'm pretty sure. Growing Together or High School Years has a treehouse that you can build, so I was able to include that. I've not played with any of the actual features of the pack, so I have no idea how that works. I downloaded it from the gallery because when you try and place it from the build mode catalog, you can only get the one that has the boxes next to it so that you can actually construct it however you would want to. I wasn't going to do that, so I found one that was already built for me so that I could include it super quickly and easily for all of you. The backyard of this house is so cozy. If this was my backyard, I would be never leaving it. There's plenty of space to lounge in the pool, to sit and have food outside. There's those tables and lawn chairs right there to get some sun. There's also going to be a little area with picnic tables and a grill that I'm adding. There's an easel on the porch. So many items. I can't get enough of it. I'm gonna say that a trillion times, so hope you get used to it. The house costs $173,000. It uses a bunch of packs. Pretty much, I think it does use every expansion pack, every game pack, a decent amount of the stuff packs, and a decent amount of the kits. As always, if you don't have the content, no worries at all. You can still download the house. It's on the gallery. The tray files are in the description below, so whatever way you prefer to download it, it's there for you. I don't use custom content, so you can play with it and not need to download anything else. It'll work perfectly with all the content that has already come out for the game. Speaking of content coming out for the game, there's that new kitchen stuff pack. Home Chef Hustle, I think it's called. That looks great. I'm so excited to be able to build kitchens with those new appliances, the new counters. I think there's a new sink. Pretty sure, almost positive there's a new sink or two. And that item specifically, I'm excited for because I feel like we don't have that many kitchen sinks, especially smaller ones. So, super excited for that. And there's a neighborly expansion. I think that's all we know about it so far. I'm so excited to see what that's going to be. I would love to know your guesses. I hope it involves townhouses. That would be the most amazing thing, I think, if we could get functional townhouses. And what better way to create communities, get to know your neighbors, than some multi-family residences. Now we're inside and you can see how the floor plan is taking shape. I highly recommend downloading this house, playing with it, and making it your own because I think it just fits a bunch of Sims so nicely. There's that green staircase that I was talking about. I had to include it. Like, there was no way I was gonna build the Good Luck Charlie house and not include the green staircase that I just have so many vivid memories of growing up. And there's that little window, I think it's a Jungle Adventure window, that leads back into that kind of middle room. The whole orientation of the first floor, you can basically walk around it in a circle, and then there's that room in the middle with no exterior facing windows, but I don't think it matters at all. There's glass doors and there's that like window, the fake kind of window already, so lots of lights coming in, and it's a nice separation from the rest of the house. You could turn it into fully a playroom if you had like a lot of toddlers or something. You could do a lot with it. There's a half bath on this floor. It's really spacious actually, and it has a laundry system, a washing machine and dryer. I always try and include that in my houses. I lived in an apartment without a washing machine and dryer, and it was terrible, so inconvenient. So I try to make sure now that that's in the game to always include it, even though if you don't have it, you just kind of like don't have to do laundry, which is ideal, but I try to build it for realism. You'll see a lot of the house, like the wood tones might not match, and some of the furniture is a bit mismatched. My thought with that was, this is a family that has been growing for so long. They've collected all of this furniture. It might not match. They might have inherited something, they might have brought it from old houses, you know, whatever it may be. So it doesn't need to match. I used that new modern Luxe kit TV, the frame TV, in the dining room. I thought it was a perfect addition because it doesn't look like a TV, obviously. That's the point of the frame TV, but it still totally functions like a TV. Perfect for a dining room because I don't think you would want a TV in your dining room, at least to be the focal point. However, when I'm eating and it's not like a formal meal, I'll have the TV on. So, perfect little sitch. Here's the office space that I was talking about. 2 desks, one that's more with a like PC and one with the laptop, or not a laptop, but a tablet that's kind of set up like a computer. And I decorated it with all these different trinkets that I imagine the family has created, like some artwork. There's a file cabinet. There's like blueprints and a patent, I think. I love that little piece of decor. I use it all the time. The kitchen in the house from the TV show also had green paint over the cabinet, so I wanted to try and include that. The other rooms don't match up with what they are in the TV show, so sorry about that. If you want to recreate it and try and match it to what we saw on TV, that would be awesome. Tag me in it. Nicholas Game, all social media. That's how you can find me. I would love to see it. I'd love to see whatever you do with this house because I think this is such a versatile floor plan that would fit so many different families. It would be great if you were just like roommates or something and had a bunch of different people living in it. I use bunk beds in one of the rooms, which you'll see. I don't use bunk beds often. It's a great way to save space, but I'm not too big on creating kids' rooms all the time, especially ones that would fit multiple kids. And if you've seen Good Luck Charlie, PJ is older and Gabe is like a preteen, so honestly, probably wouldn't be the best situation if you were living in the same room, but sometimes you're cramped for space, especially if you're a family of, what is that, like 6? So bunk beds might be a necessity. This room every room has a walk-in closet, the functioning kind from City Living, and then the primary suite has a actual like separate room that's decorated like a walk-in closet, and it's one of my favorite walk-in closets that I've ever made. I think it works wonderfully for its purpose. I would be elated to have that closet. This is what I thought would be Teddy's room. I'm not making it for the people, I said that already, but I wanted to make sure that they were accounted for. I imagine the sim that lives in this room is definitely artsy, so they would have done that painting in the back. And I put some hand-painted or hand-drawn artwork in the office downstairs to kind of tie that together. You can see the closet space right next to it. These 2 bedrooms, the boys' room and this more like feminine girls' room, share a Jack and Jill bathroom that has a dual sink vanity and then a separate room with the toilet and the shower, which I thought was just a really nice touch because then you have a bunch of privacy and it made for a really great use of this space. This is Charlie's little nursery. I got to use some of the new infant stuff, which I never really got to play around with. I don't put like nurseries in builds, so this was really fun to use, and I got to try that really fun wallpaper. I like what I did here, having the high chair and what is that called? Wherever the baby learns to use the bathroom. Forget the name of it, but I put it next to each other on a mat so that it would be super easy to just like feed the kid and potty train it right there. And this is the parents' room. It has this gorgeous picturesque bay situation. You'd be getting so much light. There's a vanity situation over here. We're almost at the end, so thank you for watching. I'm gonna wrap it up. There's screenshots for you to see all the details of the house, and yeah, download it, subscribe for more. I'm going to be building so many more houses coming up. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.